Hello and welcome to the Alaska Virtual College Fair. To everyone in the audience, a couple of quick announcements before we get started. You can use the Q&A button on your screen to ask your questions of any of the 6 colleges at any point in time throughout the presentation. Feel free to address a specific college or all of them as a group. Your camera and your microphone are off, so the panelists cannot see or hear you. This is one of many presentations that are being offered. Feel free to sign up for the session in the next time slot at strivescan.com/Alaska. A recording of this session and all of the sessions will be available at that same website within about a week. So our order for today will be the U.S. Naval Academy, the Mitchell Hamline School of Law, the Citadel Graduate College, the Great Lakes Maritime Academy, Florida Southern College, and then Miami University. So we're going to go ahead and kick it off and turn it over to the U.S. Naval Academy.
Thanks, Dan. I'm going to go ahead and share my screen, and hopefully this works. Okay, good, awesome. My name is Lieutenant Erin Sleester. I am the admissions counselor for the United States Naval Academy, specifically the Alaskan admissions counselor. I was a graduate of the United States Naval Academy, so I'm going to talk a little bit about what we have to offer. If you are unfamiliar with the Naval Academy, we are located in Annapolis, Maryland, super close to Washington, D.C. and Baltimore, and we happen to be one of the 5 service academies that are offered throughout the nation. Everything you see on the left-hand side of the screen is going to be available to you. We're basically a small city within one of the most beautiful cities on the East Coast, Annapolis. We have a special name for our student body. We call our midshipmen, which are our students there, the Brigade of Midshipmen. We hail from all 50 states, territories, and foreign countries. You can see the breakdown there of male to female ratio. And we have a pretty small community at the Naval Academy, only about 4,500 midshipmen. What do we have to offer? Well, the big flick is that it's education, benefits, pay, and career. We are the undergraduate degree program and commissioning program for the United States Navy and the U.S. Marine Corps, which means that all of our students go to the Naval Academy for 4 years. They graduate with a Bachelor of Science due to our core curriculum, which includes chemistry, calculus, physics, higher level engineering, as well as cyber operations, and they get to choose from one of 25 majors. The majority of our majors are in STEM, but we also offer humanities and social sciences. One of the most important aspects of the Naval Academy is that we offer a full scholarship to all of our midshipmen. That means tuition, room and board, medical and dental coverage completely paid for, in addition to other learning materials such as laptops, books, computers, and uniforms. In addition to your full scholarship throughout your 4 years at the Naval Academy, all of our midshipmen also receive a monthly stipend. And then after 4 short years at the Naval Academy, all of our students will commission in either the Navy or the Marine Corps, where they have opportunities for different pathways such as aviation, special warfare, surface warfare, submarines, as well as about 30 other jobs within the Marine Corps. And because of that full scholarship, all of our students have a minimum 5-year service commitment in either the Navy or the Marine Corps. These are our 25 majors that are offered. Like I said, majority of them, being those first 2 columns, are STEM majors, but we also offer humanities and social sciences. We compete at the highest level of collegiate athletics, that is Division I. We've got 33 teams. We also have 18 club teams, and majority of our students will also participate in the intramurals. We have an online application process. You can see there, it's pretty common, but it is not the common application. We're going to ask for teacher recommendations. We will ask for transcripts. We also have a unique aspect of the application, which is a physical assessment, and that's called the Candidate Fitness Assessment. It consists of 6 physical events, which includes a 1-mile run, push-ups, pull-ups, sit-ups, in addition to the rest of your application process. All of our website is on this page. If you like more information about the Naval Academy, I'm happy to answer any questions. My email is the very first email up there at the top, region4a@usna.edu. I look forward to hearing from you, and I'll yield my time to the rest of the universities in this.
Great, thank you. We have Megan from Mitchell Hamline College of School of Law next.
Hi everyone, I'm going to attempt to share my screen as well.
Scare your screen is a whole different thing.
Okay. Start my timer. So my name is Megan and I work at Mitchell Hamline School of Law. We are in the center of St. Paul, Minnesota, which is the capital of Minnesota. And we have our fellow city next to us, Minneapolis. So we are the Twin Cities. And I'm just going to run through a little bit about our law school, our enrollment options, and just a general overview of what we offer at Mitchell Hamline. We offer many different enrollment options. We actually currently have 5 students from Alaska in our blended hybrid program. And so our enrollment options include full-time on campus, which typically takes about 3 years to finish. And then we also offer part-time options on campus as well. So we have part-time evening and part-time day. And that enrollment option takes about 3 to 4 years to finish. And then we also have this enrollment option called blended learning, which is our hybrid option on campus. And that is a combined online and on-campus learning. What is unique about it is that we require about 3 to 4 visits to campus a year in the first 2 years of the program. And that is it. So those are week-long visits. The rest is asynchronized learning. So the blended learning program is really suited for people that do not want to move to Minnesota. They have, their lives and where they live, and they would like to go to law school part-time. We encompass the asynchronized learning, so you can really be flexible with your schedule throughout the week. You can work if you want. If you have family obligations, you can stay and do those and also be in law school. The average amount of time that it takes to finish the blended hybrid program is also 3 to 4 years. It is an accredited ABA approved program, and you can actually sit for the bar in any state in the US. And I'm gonna go through a little bit of scholarships just so you're aware. We do offer merit scholarships for every single student that's admitted. We've given scholarship to every single student that's admitted. Our current enrollment for this past cycle was 403 students. So we have 403 new 1L students at our law school. Just to note as well, Mitchell Hamline is just a law school. It is an independent law school. It is not associated with any large university, and that is all we do. And then you can see the list of scholarships that we offer in addition to merit scholarships. We have 2 other scholarships available, the North Star Scholarship and the Native Justice Scholarship. And those are very specific to the areas of law that you want to pursue and also where you live location-wise. A little bit about our application and enrollment and admissions process. We do require the LSAT score, and we also require 2 letters of recommendation, an application to us, as well as the CAS application, the CAS application, a personal statement, a resume, and anything else additional that you'd want our admissions committee to know. We have already opened our application cycle, which started October 1st, and we are rolling admission. So what that means is we roll admission through till July 15th of this year. It's a pretty wide range of admissions. And sorry, my dogs are in the background. And our enrollment is rolling, which means it's 4 to 6 weeks. You get a decision once you complete your application. So you will get an application decision, admissions decision, as well as your scholarship decision when you receive that from us. The other part of Mitchell Hamline that I'd like to talk about briefly, and I only have a couple of minutes left, is the experiential learning opportunities at our campus. We offer clinics and we offer externships, and they are wide variety and can be taken and done anywhere in the country. So if you're in the hybrid program, you can still have the opportunity to do clinics and externships. And we also have specific areas of interest you can go into, such as health law and dispute resolution. Both programs are highly ranked in the country. And I will end.
Thank you, Megan. You guys are quick. Next up, we have the Citadel Graduate College.
Okay, I'm going to attempt to share my screen as well. Okay.
Perfect.
Okay. I'm going to tell you a little bit about the Citadel's Graduate College. We are located in Charleston, South Carolina. We have 25 graduate programs, 25 graduate certificates, and 12 college transfer programs. We are flexible programs with a campus, online or hybrid, and we are ranked by U.S. News and World Report as the #1 public college in the South, offering up to a master's degree, and we are very proud of that. The Citadel Graduate College is a little bit different from the Corps of Cadets in its operations. The Citadel Graduate College retains the institution's core values on honor, duty, and respect, and its commitment to developing and equipping principled leaders. In keeping with these goals, the vision of the Citadel Graduate College is to provide innovative and quality higher educational opportunities for both graduate and evening undergraduate students, foster scholarly and practical expertise through graduate research, teaching, and other professional development opportunities, and create a welcoming and inclusive atmosphere for students that models the Citadel's core values of honor, duty, and respect. We have 2 different program types. The 2+2 transfer program. It allows you to complete your first 2 years of study at an accredited college or university, and then transfer those credits to the Citadel for the final 2 years to complete your degree through our evening on-campus program. Then we have the degree completion programs, and they allow you to begin once you have earned a minimum of 24 academic credit hours in general education courses. A combination of evening on-campus and online formats are available. Some of the 2+2 programs are nursing, civil engineering, construction engineering, electrical engineering, mechanical engineering, and computer engineering. And our degree completion are criminal justice, intelligence and security studies, political science, business administration, social studies education, tactical strength, and conditioning. Some of the questions that are asked are, do you need to submit the ACT or SAT scores? And the answer is no. You do not need a letter of recommendation. The only thing that you need is that the transcripts must be official. They must come directly from the institution. They cannot be ones from the student. The Citadel Graduate College offers a variety of resources to students, including, but not limited to, funding options through federal aid programs and scholarships, leadership development workshops, career services center, including assistance with resume building, interview prep, and more, service learning, and civic engagement opportunities, and access to the Student Success Center, Writing Lab, Daniel Library, tutoring services, library access, and more. Our application process is simple. It's submit an online application. You can use the waiver code GODOGS to waive the $40 application fee. You can submit a supplemental items required by the program, and we do have specific deadlines, so please be aware of those. Once all the documents are on file, the materials will be sent to the admissions committee for review, and it takes about 5 to 10 business days for a decision, and then you will be notified via email. And I'm done to questions. So that is what I have. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Shelley. Next up, first of all, I want to make a quick announcement to all of our students in the audience. Feel free to use the Q&A to ask questions of any of the 6 colleges at any point throughout the entire presentation. Next up, we have Scott from the Great Lakes Maritime Academy. Take it away, Scott.
Great, thanks, Dan. I am going to share here. Too many screens in front of me. Okay, so thank you. My name is Scott Fairbank. I'm the Director of Admissions at Great Lakes Maritime Academy. We are a small school that specifically has a mission of training mariners, and we're located up in the beautiful Traverse City, Michigan area, which is in the northwest corner of Michigan. Full autumn right now. Our program is, we have one bachelor's degree program, and it's called Maritime Technology, but our main focus, in addition to the bachelor's degree, is licensing mariners as either chief engineers or deck officers to work in the U.S. maritime industry. So if you go here for your 4-year educational experience, you'll get the Bachelor of Science in Maritime Technology, and then deck officers will be studying for their third mate license opportunity, Great Lakes pilotage, and the engineers will be doing the third assistant engineer with a steam endorsement. So for the deck officers, this is our most popular program and our most competitive. They will be learning basically, I mean, in the simplest context, how to drive a ship. So all the navigation, piloting throughout the Great Lakes, bridge team management, the electronic chart display, if you're familiar with that, or ECTIS. And then Great Lakes ships are somewhat unique as in they hold their own cargo loading systems. So you learn cargo system, ship stability, and how to manage those processes within a Great Lakes ship. Engineering officer, this is, we take in less engineers. However, in the industry, this is what they need more than deck officers. So if you're looking for a career that you're going to really get started and have a lot of upward mobility in, this would be the one that I would recommend. No experience is required, but they're really going over every system a ship has. So the engine mechanics, most ships now are some form of diesel. So you'd be going deep into diesel technologies, some boiler steam, a little bit of ship's construction, and then you get into ancillary equipment like HPR compressors and air systems, anything, water systems, sewage systems, not that exciting, but you'll go into them. And when you come out, you'll third assistant engineer. Okay, as I mentioned, we have people come from all different walks of life. About 15% of our students are high school graduates, and then the rest of them, well, they're all high school graduates. 15% are matriculating straight from high school. The rest are generally career changers or military that are separated from the military and looking for another challenging career. So it's a very hands-on university. Most of the work you're going to do a little, what I always like to call when I was in the Navy, death by PowerPoint. But once you do that, you go to hands-on, you get out on our training ship, you get into our simulators, and you're working to learn what you've seen in PowerPoint, you're putting into use within the classroom. Academics, like I said, we do have for navigation chart tables and simulators. We do sea projects, which is required by the Coast Guard to get your license. So you'll be sailing on the state of Michigan, but you'll also be doing 2 sea projects underway periods on commercial ships. This is, skip by that. That's not really for this type of presentation. You can work on ocean ships, and your sea projects can be on ocean ships, any U.S. flagged vessel specifically. We don't do foreign licenses. Or you'll be on the Great Lakes doing your sea project or working. We do prepare, we don't have a career services office, but we do bring companies in to come and talk to you. We have alumni association, pretty robust for a small school we are, but they'll work with you to find you jobs. I don't say 100%, but I will say anybody that's looking for a job will generally find a job when they graduate. We do have a small Navy program, which is a reserve Navy program. I ran this for a number of years, and as I said, I was in the Navy, so I can talk pretty knowledgeably about this if you have questions about it. The big one is they do provide $32,000 of tuition assistance, which is about 1/3 of your overall cost while you're here. We have some cadet groups. These are professional groups that have student ports, Propeller Club, the engineering, and the Women on the Water. It is free to apply. You can go on our website. It's free to apply. Just go in. It takes about 15 minutes. You can go through. It'll give you a list of everything you'll need to give us. It's a pretty easy process. You're working one-on-one with either myself or our admissions associate, Judy Druskovich, and we kind of walk you through. It's a pretty hands-on process. And then if you just want information and you just want to kind of get a better feel of what we do in the industry, or if you have any questions, you can request a packet. And if you're on our website, you can certainly give us a call anytime you want. Phone rings right to our desk, or you can shoot us an email and kind of let us know what you're thinking or we can answer any questions you have about options or anything you're thinking for your career in maritime, whether it's our school or whether it's going into union and working the other way. So I'll turn over to the next group.
Thank you. Next up, we have Florida Southern College. Again, as a quick reminder to everyone in the audience, feel free to type your questions to any of our representatives throughout the entire presentation. Take it away, Shannon.
Perfect, thank you. My name is Shannon Barnes. I'm one of the admissions counselors here at Florida Southern College, which, contrary to the name, is actually right in the middle of Florida. We're in a town called Lakeland, which is about 110,000 people, approximately halfway in between Orlando and Tampa. So you're right in the center of the state and in a very cool area to explore. We're a smaller school, about 3,000 total students. Of that, about 500 are in graduate programs, so we are a primarily undergraduate focused institution. And that's spread across over 70 different academic programs. So we consider ourselves a comprehensive college with kind of a liberal arts core, which means that no matter if you're doing something like our direct entry bachelor's degree in nursing, business, education, if you're diving into a STEM field or anything in the liberal arts, you're going to get a strong connection to a wide variety of really transferable skills and making sure that you have the opportunity to really dive into your studies across a pretty broad field. We want to make sure that you're able to integrate things from different fields and really take that transferable knowledge into the future. Occasionally get asked questions about opportunities for things like pre-med or ROTC. We also have those available. So if you have questions about those, send me a question or give me an email. As a small school, one of our big emphases is on having you be active and engaged in the classroom. All of our classwork is taught by professors. We don't have any graduate students teaching classes, and we really emphasize you being hands-on, whether that's doing research, getting involved in writing case studies, being in the Wall Street Simulation Lab, doing personal research as part of the honors program, all of that good stuff. So when we're considering what Florida Southern kind of sees as your trajectory during your time in college, there are three things that we really emphasize as kind of the backbone of your time at Florida Southern. These are what we call our three guarantees. The first one is that we guarantee every single student the chance to study abroad. So no matter what major you're in, no matter if you are doing a super intense double major, no matter if you're an athlete, we are going to get you the chance to go abroad. There's typically somewhere between 35 and 45 different trips and locations offered a year, everywhere from going to Bimini to work in a shark nursery for the marine biology students to going to Taiwan to study international business. So a really wide variety and a really cool opportunity to have that guaranteed to you. We also guarantee internship opportunity. So we want to make sure that our students are well prepared for moving on into the workforce or into graduate school after they leave Florida Southern. And we know that internships are a really important part of that. So our Career Center is really active in helping you search out different opportunities to do mock interviews, helping you prepare your resume, and helping you really find those opportunities, because we know that that's really important to future employers. So we want to make sure that you have that opportunity as well. The last guarantee is that we guarantee you'll graduate in 4 years, because we know that a 4-year degree should, in theory, take 4 years, but we want to make sure that you're going to get out of Florida Southern on time with your Bachelor of Arts or Bachelor of Science, and make sure that you feel like you've had a good solid 4 years of preparation to move on into your future career. What all of those mean is that we statistically have a very high rate of success for students continuing on either into graduate school. About 1/3 of our students will continue on to a master's or doctoral program, and about 2/3 will continue on into the workforce. We are a residential college down here in Florida, right across the street from Lake Hollingsworth, down there in the bottom left. So it's a super beautiful campus. We've actually been named one of the most beautiful in Florida, and it is an A+ place to go to college. Housing is guaranteed for all 4 years, so you don't have to worry about finding a place to live either. If you are an athlete, we are a Division II school, so there's a bunch of different teams that you can reach out to. If you have questions about athletics, let me know. We also have a couple different club sports that are available to you and have a strong intramural program as well. Everything from like soccer and basketball all the way through to life-size Mario Kart. So there's kind of something for everybody. And in terms of what campus life feels like, we are a very active campus. So if you are interested in joining a fraternity or sorority, we have Greek life available. If you are really passionate about volunteer work, our students do a ton of volunteer work every year. We have a lot of students who get involved with something like campus ministries or different clubs and organizations, everything from political organizations through to the Disney Club or the Cat Club. So it's really easy to get involved here and to find something that you're passionate about. Application-wise, we are on the Common application. So if you are filling that or the Coalition application out for another school, I would definitely suggest using that. Florida Southern also has an FSC specific application you can use if you'd like. We're test optional, so you can send us your high school transcript and a letter of recommendation if one is available. I know a lot of students have told me this year that it is difficult for them to access their high school counselor for a letter of recommendation. So we are offering waivers for that. If you need to talk to me about your situation, definitely let me know. And if you're filling out the Common application or one of the other applications, we don't require a supplemental essay, just one personal statement. Florida Southern typically sees about a 3.7 to a 3.8 weighted GPA on average, and admits about 50% of the students who apply. Scholarship-wise, you are evaluated for merit scholarships when you apply, and that goes for students who are applying test optional as well. You do not need to submit test scores to be considered for scholarships. We'll also take into account things like the FAFSA, and there are a couple of other prestige scholarships that require a separate application. Those can cover up to full cost, as in a full ride, but there are also a couple of others that will stack on top of your merit scholarship as well. If you are an athlete, an artist, a musician, or involved in a couple of specific majors, there are a couple of departmental scholarships or athletic scholarships that you might be eligible for as well. So I will go ahead and kind of touch briefly on the virtual visit opportunities. Obviously, it is a long way from Alaska to Florida, so it's cool to kind of be able to check out what we have to offer. I think the Experience FSC page is a good place to start, but if you have additional questions, you're always welcome to contact me. And there's my contact info. So if you need anything for me, just give me a heads up. I'm here as a resource, but otherwise I will leave this up here while the next person takes their opportunity to share their screen.
Thanks, Shannon. Next up, we have Miami University. Take it away, Larissa.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. All right. So my name is Larissa Marple. I work for Miami University. We are located in Oxford, Ohio. So we are not the University of Miami that is located down in Florida, but instead we are in Oxford, Ohio, which is about 45 minutes outside of Cincinnati. We were established in 1809, which actually makes us the 10th oldest public institution in the United States. And we are considered a public Ivy University, which means that you will get a Ivy level education, but at a public school cost. So some facts about Miami University. We say that we have the brains and the resources of a large university, but the feel and the heart of a small school. That is because we have about 17,000 undergraduate students, but our average class size is only 30. So you're going to get that big school feel when you're walking around campus and at sporting events and within your student organizations. But in the classroom itself, your experience is going to feel more like you're at a small liberal arts institution. Additionally, we have over 120 areas of study, 18 Division I varsity sports teams, and 600 student organizations. It's a very involved student body, and pretty much anything you can think of to get involved in, you can do at Miami. We say that we have a very adaptable education. So even though we are a public institution, we are liberal arts based, and 57% of our students graduate with a minor or a second major. So there are lots of opportunities to study cross-discipline areas if you have multiple interests. Additionally, over 2,000 of our students last year were working on funded research. So our professors' primary goal is supporting students and student research. Similar to the school that just spoke, our professors teach all of our classes. And so we don't have graduate students or teaching assistants. It is the tenured professor, and it's a very hands-on learning environment. Additionally, those professors are ranked in the top 5 for undergraduate teaching amongst public institutions. So this is really just a statistic that shows that they are giving their best effort, and you are going to get a top-notch education that is going to be very hands-on and engaging. Listed here is our accepted student profile. Please note that we are test optional for this admission cycle. So for any students applying for fall 2021, we do not have an answer if we're going to be test optional beyond then, but we are test optional and everything is test optional, every single program and all of our merit aid, which I will talk about later. But you can see here, we use a weighted GPA and you can see where our middle 50% range is. And something else that I like to point out is even though we are a state institution, only about 43% of our students actually come from the state of Ohio. The next largest population of students are out of state. And then we have an international population as well. And those students come from 68 different countries. So you can just kind of see the breakdown here, but we are attracting students from all across the nation and all across the globe. My favorite part about this presentation is that we give guaranteed merit scholarship for any student with a 3.5 weighted GPA or higher. Now, if you happen to come from a school that doesn't give you a weighted GPA, don't worry about it. We are going to give you one so that you can know exactly how much money you're going to receive. So you can see where you might fall in that range, either being an in-state or out-of-state student, and then it can go all the way up to full tuition depending on that GPA. So this can really assist with offsetting the cost of college. Additionally, we have a 4-year tuition promise. And what that means is that tuition, room board, fees, etc. is all the same for 4 years. We do not increase tuition on students, and that is set in place. You know exactly how much you are going to owe when you commit to coming to Miami University. And then lastly, some of our statistics about our graduates. So within public institutions, our graduates are ranked number 21 for 4-year graduation rate, which for the size of institution we are very proud of. Additionally, our law school and medical school acceptance rates are well above the national average, and 96% of our students are employed or furthering their education within 6 months of graduating. We place students in a variety of different industries. We place students all across the country regarding their career and all across the globe as well, if that is something students are interested in. So even though we are in that kind of traditional college town, we will bring opportunities to you. Last year, over 6,000 organizations and companies were actually recruiting either physically on our campus or posting jobs on our Miami specific job board. And so whatever you want to do, wherever you want to go, we will make sure to help you get there. So thank you so much. It was a pleasure being here today. And I look forward to any questions you all might have.
Thank you, Larissa. I'm going to invite back all of our representatives to join me, and we can definitely take any questions. So if you have any questions, feel free to throw them in the Q&A for any of our representatives. And in the meantime, I'd love to get us started with just a couple of general round robin questions if you all want to take this. First thing would be, is there a great campus tradition that you like to talk about? We can start with the U.S. Naval Academy.
Yeah, absolutely. So I would say our great campus tradition really starts the start of commissioning week, and it basically includes almost every single class at the Naval Academy. So our plebes, which we call our freshmen, they get to finally climb this really big obelisk, and once they get to the top, they get to replace what's a cover, as we like to call it, basically a hat in the Navy. They get to replace that with a midshipman cover, which means that they are plebes no more, as they like to call it. And then the second class, which are our juniors, they finally receive their class rings, which they get to design. It has their class crest. And then finally, probably one of the most exciting days for all of our students, and by far it still weighs in the top days for me as well, and that's obviously commissioning day. And that culminates with getting to throw all of our covers, our hats in the air, and we get to go on as ensigns in the Navy and second lieutenants in the Marine Corps. And I would say that's the big week, is commissioning week for the Naval Academy.
Hamline?
Sure. We have one tradition at the beginning of the start of the semester for new 1L first year law students at our school, and that is the dinner evening at the house next to the governor's house in St. Paul that we host, and it's with faculty and with the new 1L students. So we host a pre-start to the year law school dinner.
Thank you. The Citadel?
There we go. I would say our ring ceremony is probably one of the most important parts. Also, and so those are the biggest times that we have on campus.
Great. Scott, Great Lakes Maritime Academy, any campus
Yeah, so
traditions?
I'd say probably our biggest, well, we have two probably equal importance. First is when they finish their first sea project, they sail in the state of Michigan for about 75 days all over the Great Lakes. And those are the students that have just finished their first year. When they get back in July, early August, that's when they can finally wear their collar devices and not be looked at as first year cadets anymore. And probably the second one is when we bring them in the first day here, they basically ring themselves into the class, into the academy, and then 4 years later on graduation night, with all their family and friends there, their license, they have their degree, then they come through and they ring themselves out of the class and they're official members of the maritime industry.
Great. Shannon, Florida Southern?
Yeah, for us, it's got to be Senior Splash. One of Florida Southern's kind of other claims to fame is that we were actually designed by Frank Lloyd Wright, so one of the great American architects. We're the largest single site collection of his architecture in the world. And we have this really cool fountain called the Water Dome, and when the jets are on at full blast, they're actually as tall as the library. So your senior year, to celebrate, you actually get to go in and have a pool party in the fountain in a National Historic Landmark, which is a super cool opportunity to get to just kind of let loose before you have your graduation ceremony.
Thanks. Larissa, Miami University.
Yeah, so one of my favorite traditions is actually within the town of Oxford and includes Miami University students, and that is around the holiday season, the uptown area, which is kind of our downtown right next to campus, there's a park in the middle, and around the holiday season, they put up a Christmas tree farm, and they put an ice skating rink in, and they bring in reindeer, and there's a really large holiday festival that celebrates all different religions, and it's a really fun way for the students to kind of take a break. It's usually during final studying, and so it's really just a great way to get students outside. Sometimes there's snow and it makes it even more beautiful, and so that's definitely one of my traditions that happens within the town of Oxford itself.
Great. Scott, I just want to make sure you saw there's a Q&A there for you. And while Scott's answering that, we have a couple more minutes. So if anyone else has any of our attendees, any of our students have any questions, feel free to drop them in the Q&A for our reps. While we've got a few last minutes left here to go, is there any particular spot on campus that you would recommend a student when they're able to visit campus that they need to check out?
I'll take that one. So we have one of the largest dormitories in the North America, which is called Bancroft Hall. And within Bancroft Hall, we have a beautiful rotunda. But the most special place probably on campus is our Memorial Hall, where we have all the names of fallen soldiers, sailors, Marines who have served this great nation. And I think that really calls to mind kind of the big reason why a lot of our students go to the Naval Academy. So if the students finally, hopefully get to visit in person again, I would highly recommend going to see Bancroft Hall as well as Memorial Hall.
I would say for Mitchell Hamline, it's the law library. I know that's probably very cliche with a law school, but it's absolutely beautiful. It's where you spend a lot of time, but it's a really, really fun and nice and relaxing environment. Also has walking treadmills that you can work and walk at the same time. But besides that, we are only 3 buildings. We are only, like I said, an independent law school, so we're very small in that way. But where we are situated is Summit Avenue, which is absolutely beautiful in St. Paul. And so I would say that's where I would recommend people to actually walk around the community outside of the law school as well.
I will jump in here and talk about the Citadel. And our campus is just steeped in history. But when you go into it, you see the big ring that's important to our students. And then you also have the library. There is one of the, is a really interesting place where they have a lot of different history on the walls. And it is part of the tour when you get to go there. So hopefully students are going to be able to get back on campus, like you said, and be able to see these things.
So for us, it's probably the state of Michigan, and I will actually show it right there. They're not that big. So that's the state of Michigan. That's an old Tagos Navy ship that used to hunt Soviet submarines. And that's what you do the sea projects on, and it is the #1 reasons for tours with us. So sometimes I think they just come to see us to tour the ship. So, but it also lets you know whether you can handle ships or not. So it's a great place to visit. Thanks.
We actually offer a specialized architecture tour because of all the Frank Lloyd Wright architecture. So I think that's a pretty cool thing if you're interested in American history and kind of learning more about one of the great American architects. That's super cool. But I got to throw in a plug for the mock dock. You can rent kayaks and paddle boards and hammocks with your student ID for free. And it's a really nice opportunity to kind of explore the Central Florida waterways and kind of take advantage of where we're located.
And for Miami University, I would say probably my favorite spot on campus is right under what's called the Upham Arch. The building is Upham, and there's an arch that goes in the middle. So it's a very confusing building because some floors connect and others don't. But it's right in the center of campus. And because our campus is so old, some of our trees on campus are 200 or 300 years old. And so they are huge. And especially in the fall right now, they all change colors. And if you stand in the Upham Arch, on one side is kind of a forest area, and on the other side you can see into campus. So it's just a really gorgeous area, especially this time of year.
Perfect. Thank you all. We are come to our ending time here. So I want to thank all of our reps for joining us and sharing all this great information. Thank you very much for spending your time with our Alaskan students here. And for all of our students, thank you very much for joining us. When you close this window, there will be a very quick 4-question survey will appear. Be sure to sign up and join the other sessions that are happening over the next 3 hours. And a recording of this session and all of our sessions are going to be available at the same website where you registered, strivescan.com/Alaska. On behalf of everyone, I want to say thank you very much for joining us and have a great rest of your day, everyone. Bye-bye now.